Hello, welcome to the students of FYBSc class subject physics. Yes, we have to study the course basic mechanics for semester 1, paper 1. Mechanics is devoted to Sir Isaac Newton. Presented by flow of presentation. Unit first, vectors. Points to be covered here. Scalars, vectors, composition of vectors, resolution of vectors, scalar and vector product of two vectors, scalar triple product and vector triple product, differentiation of a vector, scalar quantity. According to the requirement for the direction, the physical quantities are classified into two types, scalar quantity and vector quantity. What is a scalar quantity then? The scalar quantity is the physical quantity which requires only magnitude for its complete representation. That means magnitude alone gives the complete information about the physical quantity. It is called as the scalar here. Or we can repeat again, the physical quantity which can be completely represented by giving its magnitude alone is called as the scalar quantity. Example, we can consider the example of mass. Suppose the mass of the object is 2 kilogram. Then in this case the direction is not required. Even only the magnitude is given here. 2 kilogram represent the magnitude of that physical quantity here. We get the complete information about it. Now another example is of temperature here. Suppose the temperature of the object or system is supposed to be 28 degrees centigrade, then there is no question rises in which direction the temperature is to be there, and that's why we can say here temperature is the scalar quantity. Number of examples that we have here: time, length, etc. are the examples of the scalar quantity here. Now let us see about vector quantity. What is vector quantity then? The vector quantity requires magnitude as well as direction for its complete representation. The physical quantity which requires magnitude as well as its direction for its complete representation is called as the vector quantity here. Now let us see here, or let us clear this idea here. Suppose you are at your home H and you are asked go to your college which is at 1 kilometer from your home H. Then confusion begins in your mind in which direction you have to be go there, whether forward, left, upward, downward. Number of questions are raised in your mind and you cannot take a clear decision here. But if you are asked go to 1 kilometer towards left, and then quickly you can proceed in that direction to your task, that is your college here. Then you can go to your target, that is college. That is in this case 1 kilometer is magnitude and towards left, that is direction. Direction as well as magnitude is required here, and that's why this is the vector quantity here. In some examples, the direction is necessary or that we can see velocity. Another example, velocity. That we can see here. Suppose here is the car, and for this the car is suppose moving with a velocity of 20 meter per second towards north. That is 20 meter per second, that represents magnitude here, and north represent direction here. Another example is of force. The force acting on the body is 10 Newton in right direction. Suppose here this is the body and the force of 10 Newton is acting on it. Then that body is accelerated in right direction because of this force which is acting in right direction here. That means velocity, force are the vector quantities here. Some definitions that we have to study here. Zero vector. The vector having the zero magnitude is called as the zero vector. The vector having the zero magnitude is called as the zero vector. Example, velocity vector of a stationary particle. The particle tends to move, but it is at rest. In that case, the velocity vector is a zero vector. The acceleration vector of a particle which is moving with a constant velocity, that is also another example of this zero vector. Equal vectors. Now consider here the vector A and another vector B. But we have seen that their directions are same. About their lanes are also same. Means their magnitudes are same. Such two vectors for which the direction and magnitudes are same are called as equal vectors. Then we can write here A vector is equal to B vector here. Vectors having the same magnitude and same direction are called as the equal vectors here. Now opposite vectors. Two vectors having the same magnitude but opposite direction are called as the opposite vectors. Consider the vector A, another vector B. Their directions are opposite, that we can see here. A vector having the magnetic direction towards right, B vector having the directions towards left, but their magnitudes are same here, that we can see. And such two vectors are called as the opposite vectors, that we can write here A vector is equal to negative of B vectors. Two vectors having the same magnitude and opposite directions are known as opposite vectors here. Now composition of vectors. The process of finding the resultant of two or more vectors is called as composition of vectors. The process of finding the resultant of two or more vectors is called as composition of vectors. That means the resultant vector produces the same effect as those vectors produces together. We can see the addition for the vectors along the same or opposite directions. Consider one of the vector having the magnitude of 4 unit, another vector having the magnitude of 3 unit. Their directions are same. The addition of these two vectors can be performed by adding their magnitudes like this. Their magnitudes are added here. The magnitude becomes then 7 unit. The direction of the resultant vector is then same as the both vectors here, as it is for the both vectors here, that we can see here. The vectors in opposite directions. Here one vector having the magnitude of 7 unit, direction is towards right. Another vector having the magnitude of 3 unit, towards left. In this case we can find out the difference of their magnitudes. The resultant vector then have the magnitude of 4 unit. Its direction is same as that for given to the larger vector. That is, in this way we can perform the addition of opposite vectors by finding the difference between their magnitudes, and the direction is given which is for the larger vectors. Now see law of triangle of vectors. Vectors along the different directions can be added by using the law of triangle of vectors. Two vectors along different directions can be added by law of triangle of vectors. Suppose we have the vector P, another vector Q. Their directions are different. Then we can perform the addition of P vector and Q vector by using the law of triangle of vectors. How? We can put this vector Q on the vector P such that the starting point of Q is on the end point of this P vector here. Then we can see here these are the two sides of the incomplete triangle. That is, two sides of the triangles are representing the vector P and Q here. Then the resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the remaining side of the triangle drawn from starting point of first vector to the end point of the last vector here. If two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by two sides of the triangle taken in order, if two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by two sides of the triangle taken in order, then the resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the remaining side of the triangle drawn from starting point of first vector to the end point of the second vector. That we can see here, P vector plus Q vector is equal to R vector. In this way we can perform the addition here. Law of parallelogram of vectors. If the vectors are in different directions, then their addition can be performed by using the law of parallelogram of vectors also. Consider the vector P, another vector Q. Their directions are different. But here we can make adjustments such that they are originating from the common point. Their origin is common here. Then we can complete the parallelogram like this. We can complete here this parallelogram. That we see here two vectors are representing by the two sides of the parallelogram which are originating from their common point. Now in this case, their resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal drawn from their common point. And hence again we write here vector P plus vector Q is equal to vector R vector.